Here are 7 tips to make truly red buttercream for cakes at Christmas, Valentine's Day, and the rest of the year. First of all, I don't recommend using liquid colours to get red buttercream because you need a lot. Even with this much red liquid colouring, I'm still not making red, and if I added more, I would make this buttercream really runny and difficult to work with. Use gel colouring instead, starting with white buttercream or adding it to leftover orange or pink buttercream. Gels are much more concentrated than liquids. With just a drop, I can make this pretty coral colour, which is tip number 2. Tint your buttercream to be much lighter than you want it to be. This coral shade is perfect. Next, microwave the light red buttercream for 5 seconds in a small bowl, or 10 seconds for larger quantities. You'll melt the butter in the buttercream, and the heat makes it much darker. But obviously, melted buttercream is not the right consistency to frost a cake or to pipe with. So after stirring, put the bowl of melted red buttercream into the freezer for 5 minutes. The cold will darken the red colour even more, and it will also thicken the buttercream so it comes back to the right stiffness or consistency. Cover and leave to rest to let the colour develop further, which you'll notice happening over a few hours. Look at how much brighter this red buttercream has become. It's perfect. This resting period is really important because if you just use a lot of red gel to tint buttercream without using the microwave and freezer and without the resting period, the colour will darken after you decorate the cake as the colour develops. So the heart on this cake, which started out bright red, turned into a ruby red after 15 minutes in the fridge, and after a few hours it's even darker, almost burgundy or wine-coloured. So if you skip the microwave and freezer and resting steps, tint the buttercream a bit lighter than you want it to be, like I did here for this Christmas cake, knowing that by the time I finished decorating it, it would be much brighter. A common question about red buttercream is whether it has an aftertaste. Let's taste it here. This red was made using the microwave and freezer hacks and resting overnight. So it was made with minimal gel and I don't notice a flavour at all. But if you use a lot of gel or if the whole cake is covered with red buttercream, like this one, I recommend adding another flavour to disguise any possible aftertaste from the gel. Clear vanilla and clear almond extracts are my go-to choices, since they pair well with almost any flavour of cake and they do a great job of masking unwanted gel tastes, without really changing the flavour of the cake. This is my perfect chocolate cake recipe on the inside and it's so good. So, here are the highlights from this video. Use red gel colouring instead of liquid. Tint the colour to be several shades lighter than you want it to be eventually. Deepen the colour using the microwave, freezer, and resting period. And if you're using a lot of red buttercream, add flavouring to prevent any noticeable taste of the gel colouring. I hope this has been useful. Subscribe for more cake decorating tips, and visit my cake school on BritishGirlBakes.com to learn hundreds of cake decorating techniques and designs. Thanks for watching!